Hey everyone, welcome back to SmartBoard training. And today I'm going to go over some of the advanced features in SmartBoard. These are some things that, aren't so obvious. Some of these things are pretty obvious, like the pens, deciding to use a pen like a black pen or a blue pen, or to be able to go backwards on something. The toolbar here, you can see the toolbar. And a lot of these are pretty simple, self-explanatory. The eraser erases the pen, draws, these things up here, these buttons make shapes. Those are pretty self-explanatory. But there's actually a lot of features in here that aren't self-explanatory. So I'm going to show you some of these advanced features in SmartBoard, and obviously I'm Gary, and I can be found at G Hughley on Twitter, or plus G Hughley for Google Plus. And what we're going to talk about is spinners, multiple choice questions, interactive multiple choice questions, interactive keyword matches, and word guesses. Now, let's start off with where you're going to find these things, because I don't see them up here. Well, actually, this is where it gets kind of complicated. Right here, it looks like a little picture frame. If you click on that, you're going to get a drop-down menu here, or a bunch of folders and stuff with the option of typing something in. And what we're looking for here specifically is something called Lesson Activity Toolkit. So I'm going to type in spinners. And spinners comes up with related folders or interactive and multimedia. I want the interactive ones. So I'm going to go in and add a page, click on a new page here, go in here, and I'm going to click, or you can just use the SmartBoard pen to just push on it and drag it onto the screen. Now, this is, like I said, one of the wonderful cases where I had the pen selected instead of the pointer. Remember, the pointer is how you actually manipulate objects. The pen is a pen. Now, this is a spinner. And like I said, once again, it's not really obvious what you do here. I mean, it's pretty obvious that you click on the screen somewhere and it spins, okay, but how do you change this? Well, here's this button here is dragging it to make it bigger. This thing here with the two arrows is how you edit it. Now you can create anywhere from one segment all the way up to 12 segments. One segment is great for those times when you say, okay, guys, should we have homework? And then you can have a kid come up and click, and it's fair because they get to spin. And you can say, okay, do we get homework today? Yes, we get homework. And you can click on here to change the color. So how I typed this in was just clicked on the box that said text and then typed it in. I can also change the color and can make the font bigger, or can make it smaller. Now if I do, like, let's say 3 sizes or three segments, how do you edit the text in each spinner block? Well, if you just click on the segment, you'll see it changes. If I click on the little bluish purple, goes into, here's the color, it's blank. If I click on the red, hey, there's homework. Click here, maybe we'll say quiz. Click on this part here, test. And then you just click to spin. Real easy to do, and like I said, you can click on the little arrow button. You can change the colors if you want. So if you're like, oh, the red color, I don't like the red color, and the orange, I don't want the orange. I want light blue or something. I don't know. You can do whatever you want to do with the colors. Okay, so just easy to go in here and change the color, the fill color or the text color, whatever you want to do. So that's how you create spinners. And this could be great for doing things such as reading strategies, picking picking Bloom's taxonomy level, a who, what, where, why, when question. You could put in who, what, where, whatever you want in here. So there's lots of possibilities. You put whatever you want to put in there. Next one, and let's put a check here so I remember, because when you get old, you kind of forget you did something. Next one is multiple choice. Once again, I'm going to go to a new page, and if you got how to add a page, you can do it by clicking the green plus button, or you can go up here and say, right here, and say, right here, sorry, and say, I want you to insert a blank page. Okay, so you can do it here, you can do it here, you can do it down here. There's lots of places to add pages. Now the next one was multiple choice. So let's click on the little picture frame here. Multiple choice. Now, hint of warning here. A little hint of warning. If you click on the notebook files and pages, you're going to get something like this. Now, you'll notice I didn't click on the interactive, I clicked on the notebook files and pages. This is literally the design of the template, and this is way beyond normally what you'd want to use. You don't want to use notebook files and pages. You want to use interactive and multimedia. So interactive and multimedia, let's click on blue. Just going to drag it over here. And you'll notice how it's different. It says press edit to create your quiz. And there's A, B, C, D. And you can go in here and create up to 10 questions. And you can even put a password on here so people can't change your questions or whatever. So let's say type in a question here. Let's say whoops, house A, and let's put in here verb, adjective, adverb, noun. And then the correct answer is obviously a noun. So let's save that. Now what happens is when you give the quiz, you could say a house is a, oh, it's not an adverb, it's a noun. And you'll notice it changed the order around here on us, which is okay. And it'll give you the correct answers, or the number right over the number wrong. And like I said, you can do questions here. So houses, let's go to question number 2. Yep. Yep. second here. Restart this. Sorry, sometimes in the Macintosh, the Apple computers, this thing kind of catches up a little bit. So just gonna make it simple and do this again. The order doesn't matter. Because like I said, it mixes them up. And let's do 2 questions. So I picked 2 questions. You could pick 3 questions. You get the idea. So then just click on the question 2 tab. Noun, adjective, adverb, verb. Okay, and I don't think I selected the correct answer for this, which was A. Okay, yeah, I did. And then question 2, the correct answer is C. Okay, so A and C. Now I got these questions put in. Question 1, house is a, you click on it, noun, yes. Next question, blue is a adjective, yes. Okay, so then that's how you can create multiple choice questions, and you can create these in advance. And the nice thing is if you don't have to retype it in all the time, you can just reset it for the next class and then save these. Now, if you don't want the students to see them, you can always click on this little button here, show hide screen. It's right by the X. And this is your little like screen shade. That you can pull up and down, from either the top, the bottom, whatever you want to do. So you could put this down and just say question 1, or you could put up here and let them kind of think about it before you show the answers. Whatever you want to do. Now let's click on pages here. And we did another one. Wow, we're making progress. Keyword match. Okay, so let's go to a new page. I'm going to type in keyword match. Remember, I don't want notebook files and pages. No. I want interactive. So I'm going to I'll pick green this time. Now what this does is does a matching set of questions. So you could have, oops, I did it again. I clicked on the pen instead of the selector here. So I'm going to edit these. So maybe, oh, hold it. Let's see, how about we do some states and some cities. So I'll do some So I'm just doing some cities and states. And I put Los Angeles. Okay. Seattle. Okay, and then I'm going to put state, city. Now I'm going to say, okay, let's see, which one of these is a state? New York. Yes. Maine. Yes. Oh, okay. Just make it simple, whatever. So New York is a state, could be a city too. Maine is definitely a state. Houston's a city. Portland's a city. Texas is a state. Seattle's a city. And see, I didn't put the right answer down here. So this is just some ways to do this. You could put in all kinds of stuff, um, a name of where someone's from, or something, whatever you. It's basically a matching, except without the arrows. Okay, so you get the idea. It's pretty simple and basic. Now let's go on to a new page, which was. Now I got to remember to click on the selector button so I don't do the pen again. And we're going to do word guess. So click on the little frame here. Word guess. Whoops. Remember, I wanted interactive and multimedia. I don't want pages. So I don't want the notebook files and pages. I want interactive because I kind of want to go interactive. And let's go with purple. So how about we do a we'll do a tomato splat. And let's pick So we're going to choose something here, which is settings. So let's say, I'm going to say, begins with an R. No. Begins with an S. Ooh, yes. How about, can I get an E? Ooh. T. Ooh. I. Okay, this has got to be N. G. Haha. So you can go through here and kind of create. It's kind of like Hangman, except you're not hanging anybody and it's not so violent. Although I guess having a tomato splat is kind of not very nice, So here it's just, ooh, missed the goal. Ah, there we go. So it's just you get to kind of pick the games, and they're pretty simple. So this is kind of good to just get them going, maybe as a sponge activity, later on in the later on in the lesson when you got a few minutes, or at the beginning of an activity when you're just kind of trying to get them interested. So let me just go over some briefly what else you might see in here. I'm not going to go over some of these, but just what might you see? There's blue word sorts. Let's just click here. And I want to do activities. So some of these are like balloon pop, where you pop the balloon. That was kind of cool. Word sorts, hotspots, image match, where you match images, multiple choice questions, tabs, tiles. This kind of looks like Windows 8. Vortex, which is kind of cool. Um, lots of good stuff here. The Vortex is probably one we should talk about here because it's so I kind of like this one. So you just do it real quick, like, okay, I'm going to say noun, verb. And you'll see here house.m cat. What this does is you just click on the house and you go, oh, it's house is a verb. Ooh, ixnay on the verb, eh? It's not a verb. Let's try a noun. Whoop, there we go. Dog. That's got to be a noun. Yep. Am. Oh, it's got to be a noun. Ooh, ixnay on the noun, eh? And am's got to be a verb. Cat. Okay. Dog's a noun. Then cat's got to be a noun. And this just kind of real easy to set this up. It's kind of fun to have it, vortex and spin around. Word guesses. There's dice in here. If you ever want to add dice in here, where you spin the dice like, oh, 5, or you can put, so hey, they're all saying some form of Mr. Gary. So, the dice is kind of cool. Domino generated firecrackers to have things explode. I mean, there's some really neat stuff here. Just kind of experiment and have a good time. If you have any questions, like I said, please feel free to contact me. If you're at AIS Egypt, feel free to email me. If you're anywhere else, hey, I'm on Twitter and I'm on Google Plus and stuff. So just give me a shout out. And it's been absolutely wonderful to have you join me today. Thanks a lot, and remember to do what you can and ask questions. I'm always around. Thank you.